What's up, guys? You're good. I was gonna start a YouTube stream and just wanted to have people to talk to. If y'all don't want to be a part of that, that's fine. I can go somewhere else, but that's fine. For that, that's fine. I can go somewhere else, but that's fine. Okay. You're like my only hope right now, quite honestly. But that's okay. Like I've got a million things to work on, and that's just one thing, so I'm not gonna get upset about a timeline. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. You're like my only hope right now, quite honestly. The supreme leader, huh? But that's okay. Like I've got a million things to work on, and that's just one thing, so I'm not gonna get upset about a timeline. Crap, I gotta remember how long the delay is. 5? Yeah, it's all good. Okay. You're like my only hope right now, quite honestly. The supreme leader, huh? But that's okay. Like I've got a million things to work on, and that's just one thing, so I'm not gonna get upset about a timeline. Crap, I gotta remember how long the delay is. 5? Yeah, it's all good. Okay. You're like my only hope right now, quite honestly. The supreme leader, huh? But that's okay. Like I've got a million things to work on, and that's just one thing, so I'm not gonna get upset about a timeline. Crap, I gotta remember how long the delay is. 5? Yeah, it's all good. Test, test. Test, test. There we go. I got 10 machines running right now. I'm doing farm management simulator. Yeah, normally I don't have to switch around this much, but auto drive is struggling on this field for some reason. On me? Yeah, let me mess with that more, because I thought I fixed that last time. No. It was 4. Test. Ooh, 2 mics. Don't need that. At 28 seconds of offset, and then I clicked it and it went away. Oh, I think I'm getting it though. Okay. Oh, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. I just drove through the creek. Yeah. I counted when I was booting it up, and it was like... No. Okay, so there's 20 milliseconds, or 20,000 milliseconds, 20 seconds. I think that's the best it's gonna get. It seriously did last time, and I don't know what's... It's an OBS setting now, so... But I don't pay enough attention. I don't plan very well for these things, I just kind of do them. A little bit. God, I hate driving truck, but that's kind of what I gotta do. My map, you mean? Yeah. Well, whatever. I don't remember how long ago I sent it to you, but a lot's changed since then. So, yeah, I wouldn't get too worked up either way. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but I think it's got potential, at least. Did you see, what is it, update 1.9 is in the works. I can't find any changelog, what they're changing, but it's in the works. So, I don't know, like the precision farming thing is killing me right now because it doesn't work for a map this size. No, I mean, granted, I'm not like a skilled Lua guy by any means, but I chat GPT'd the crap out of it and tried to dig into this and that, and, you know, sectional processing and messing with all these things, but chat GPT can only get you so far. But it sees the area of the map and it says, nope, no thanks, shutting down. Yeah, because, you know, the easy thing, I guess, for a console map or a 1X is you just have it process the whole map and AI fields and all that stuff, like just soil map, all that stuff. So that's fine for a small area, but like when you get to something like this, I mean, you need to process field areas or you need to do it sectionally, not try to update the whole map every couple minutes. I think it's even less than that. I think it's like every second or two, because you think of like how a nitrogen map updates as you're fertilizing. That's how often it's checking and updating the entire map for new information. So, I don't know. At one point I got real angry and tried to, well, I dug up soil mod and again going the chat GPT route saying, hey, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this, just do X, Y, and Z piece of this for me. And yeah, that didn't get far enough either. I thought about that, but somebody said I'm not a Patreon subscriber to him, so I feel bad asking too many questions. But somebody said he was working on some sort of precision farming extension, which has me curious, but I don't know anything about it. Oh, is that what it's for? Okay. Well, yeah, but that's also, you know, being conservative to not get people's hopes up too. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep, what do you do? You take things into your own hands and then what were they doing? Okay. I see. I don't need it to be. Honestly, I'd be happy if it just looked good and was a shell, just for some curb appeal. But you can go as all in with it as you want. I mean, I can certainly get you more details on what the guts look like. But yeah, I mean, if you feel motivated, I am certainly not going to stop you. But I hate asking other people for things as is, so I'm not going to put any pressure on you to do more than I'd be happy with, and I'd be happy with just a shell. Oh, I did kind of. Let me see what it looks like right now. Oh, my frame rate. Just awful with this stream. So I did lay out whenever. Are you watching my stream or not? I did lay out the dealership lot and everything and put it to scale and stuff. So, oh, you're good. I mean, it's just that shell that I sent you, but I did start putting together the dealership lot a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I just plopped it in there to get some concept for scale, and I mean I use some other things for that too, but wanted to get an idea of how it would look. And cool. And did I already send you all the pictures, like where doors are at and stuff? Okay. Yeah. Do you do anything for like decorative equipment? I mean, I found some like old models that people put in other maps, but I didn't know if there was a way. God, the poly just gets so high when you start putting actual equipment all together like that. Yeah. I want that balance between not killing frame rates, but also looking okay at least. Like, let's see. Yeah, like these combines are all low poly or low-ish poly, I should say. And then like the headers and then those tractors off on the right, those are actual just in-game models I pulled in as reference files. And I know those are not good to have. I mean, it's still it'd be like putting a high poly model in there. I mean, I haven't played on DJ's map or seen what DR did exactly, I suppose, but if you start doing too much of that equipment, then it'll load the game down like anything else. Yeah, we're really doing I mean, you have to do an excellent job with your LODs, which most things, I mean, there's good stuff out there, but I don't know about excellent. Like these models, I'm this is just my opinion, but I'd be okay with like a bunch of FS13 models, at least for this dealership, because I mean it's a big dealership and it's a big lot to fill. And I'd rather have it full and maybe not as high quality, but I mean you're driving past most of it anyway. It's not like you're stopping to get close to most of it. Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's time too. There's people capable of doing it, no doubt, but I mean, there's lots to do in this game, and most people, you know, dealership is a map decoration that you use occasionally at most. Most people want to spend their time on the farming or livestock side, which I'm no different. Yeah. Yeah, there's very few. I was trying to look for something to plop into this map, and there's a livestock auction that's really low poly from like FS 15 or 17. I think it's Joe Lindbergh's from Windchaser. Or just the base game thing from FS 22. That's what I ended up using. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. You get sucked into a vortex when you start learning even just like the little things. Like I remember the very first combine all I did was recolored. I was messing in paint.net and I somehow was able to recolor the diffuse texture, and I did it totally wrong. Like the color was off, but I actually made the change, and the change happened in game. And I went, holy cow, I can do a couple things instead of just playing this game. And then so you want to learn a little bit more, and then all of a sudden like the experience gets better with each little thing you learn and each little thing you do, and then yeah, it's just a vortex that never seems to end of trying to learn more to make the game just that much better. Yeah. Yeah, then the to-do list gets just immeasurably long. Yeah. Well, and I mean, you kind of helped me fix it because you pointed me in the right direction with the weeds, and that ended up being the problem. Yeah. Yeah, and I can't believe that, but I was not in a good place mentally with the map when that, I mean, that was a whole weekend, I think, trying to figure that out. Oh. Yeah. Well, yeah, it doesn't know where to, because it destroys crops, but it's got to know where it can destroy weeds too, and I just, yeah. I thought it was, well, kind of like this precision farming thing. Like, I know there's risks with making a map this big. I mean, I'm already, like, every little thing I got to keep performance in mind because I am working this game hard, trying to run a terrain this complex and big and all these other things, and trying not to make compromises where I don't have to. So, you know, obstacles like that make, you know, the deer in the headlights of, oh no, is this just not gonna work? Is it just not possible to make a map this big work? That was what was crossing my mind. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I made I kept it kind of off the radar, but I did make a 16x in 22 also, and I don't know, there's differences, of course, but in some ways it ran better then, in some ways 25 runs better with a 16x, but I can tell you confidently from all I did in 22 that 16 is the limit. You go to 64 and you're just asking too much. Well, I mean, I found the limit in 22, so I'm not even going to try it in 25. But I had a working, let's see, I had fields, I had terrain, I had roads, I had trees. And I built like one farm. But like anytime like you changed months or changed seasons and it had to update all those fields, you just had to put your screensaver on and walk away for 10 minutes. Yeah. I mean, and if you weren't ready for it or something, you got caught. Yeah, like I think one time I got caught trying to speed ahead and my time scale was on like 120, and you can't even get the FPS to change anything to bring it back down, so you just walk away. And then next thing I knew, I was like 2 months ahead because it had cycled through and loaded, cycled through and loaded. Yeah. Yeah, 120 or 64X was just a mess, but it was kind of cool to see like what just to feel the scale of that, because it was what, 10 miles by 10 miles, so by semi, yeah, I mean by semi going like 75 miles an hour corner to corner took about 20 minutes, which is the same. I mean, it's the same as I Google mapped it too, because it's between two real life towns and it's about the same. And like, it doesn't sound a lot when you say 20 minutes, but when you're playing a game and you only have an hour to play every night, 20 minutes one way, or especially if you don't have a semi, it takes a while. Oh, well, actually, here, let me look at this. Yeah. Yeah. This one's not that long of a haul because it's just horizontally across the map, but I'm working in field 92 here, and I'm hauling down to the right side of the map by 199, and it's 15 minutes one way for most of these vehicles. This tractor right here, it's still got 15 minutes to go before it'll get to the sell point. This one's on the highway, he's got another 10 minutes. That's what, but it's kind of fun too, because then as you're playing and trying to be realistic with things, well, all of a sudden a semi or a straight truck has some value over just pulling a wagon with a tractor. I'm the one actually playing? Oh. Well, I'll share something pretty cool I learned today too, messing with some things a little bit ago. You know how like in the past double crop soybeans or oh, corn versus wet corn, like making multiple fruit types to kind of accomplish what you could do with one in real life. Well, I found a way you can do that without making new fruit types now. So I got this map set up. I don't think yeah, the growth calendar's pretty much done with it. But like for soybeans, I got it set up so there's 3 different ways you can grow beans. If you plant them super early, like in March, like some guys are trying, you get a 10% yield bump when you harvest them in, what is it, September. If you miss that window, the yield drops by 10% to October, and then it drops another like 50% in November. So it stair steps down, but you have the upside potential if you get them in early. You can still do regular beans, but they won't be harvestable till October, and they won't have the same yield potential. And then the third one is you can plant in like June, like double crop soybeans essentially, and your yield potential is drastically reduced, but you can squeeze them in the same season after a wheat crop. Yeah, and just giving you like a, I don't know, like a benefit, or I don't know how you say it, I guess. Yeah, options with actual trade-offs. So I did the same thing with most of the crops, like wheat. You can do spring wheat or winter wheat. And there's, you know, yield differences, and so I will tip my hat. You know, Giants doesn't often get compliments, but there's enough in the growth XML now that you can do all that stuff if you're intentional about it. What was the other one I did? I think I did a shorter season and a longer season sorghum. Oh, the other one I'm gonna do is I should do wet corn too. Yeah, so have it like August or September in a green state. I did that on St. Ed. You just harvested it green, or you could wait a month and it would turn yellow, but the yield didn't change. But I could have the yield change, and you know, be a higher yield if you harvest it green. I don't know how you'd work all that with actually drying it down, but it'd be the same fill type you get out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because it was actual grain moisture, and then you could have the fill type change with the moisture. Right. Right. Have it output regular beans. Yep. Well, hopefully Thunder can work his magic and put some more cool things into the game.
Yeah. I also like, he was pretty quiet about it, but he put a blacklist feature in that too that I really like. Basically, you can trim down your mods list. So like the European stuff that I have no interest in, I won't use, but it's in the game. Well, you can build an XML that basically deletes that stuff out of your game, so it doesn't load any of the stuff you don't want, even if it's built in. So yeah, look at my small tractors list in 30 seconds when this updates. But I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 base game tractors in the small tractor section. And you can do that with crops too. You can blacklist out crops. So like take poplar out, and but I took rice out and I left long grain rice. A couple other things, like just the stuff I'm never going to use: spinach, carrots, parsnip. Yeah. Yeah. And I like rice. I just don't want to do the Asian map style of rice where you're planting it with a paddy walker planter and doing all, like, I want US style rice. And that's what long grain is. Yep. Yep. It's not realistic, but I kept it and put it in this map, and I also built a couple like pre-placed rice fields so I could lay them out better and bigger and stuff, the different cuts. It is, but I like rice too much to not include it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't care for that, but no, I spent a month in Louisiana when I was working for MacDon, testing some headers and stuff in rice. And then when I was working for Kloss, I sold combines into rice country down in the Houston area, and so I've been around it. California rice too, Calrose stuff. I enjoy it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a long time ago. This would have been 2014 and 2015. I worked for them. Yeah, it was. I was testing what was the. Oh. What? The 75s were out. I was testing the FD1s before they came out. Yeah. It would have been shortly after. I mean, this was late testing. I was doing durability testing, so I was literally just like pretty much final design, but trying to put acres on it and beat the crap out of it and see what broke. Yeah, so rice was perfect for that. It's like running emery cloth through your machine all day. I don't know. I've never seen I don't see soybean combines get gutted and welded on like rice combines. Where are you at? Okay. God dang, why won't this guy follow me? Oh yeah. Trying to sell combines to a rice farmer instead of just a corn soybean guy. I mean, the conversation's completely different. It's how long is it's not how fast can you go, or how do you know how well do you burn fuel or grain loss. It's how long can you go before you have to replace part X, part Y, part Z. Yeah. Yep. That's the truth. Right. Yeah, soybeans are rough when you zoom in on them. Like you think it's just a smooth round seed, but it's, I mean, it's actually, and you pull in the dirt too. Oh, really? Huh. Have you been around Milo? Milo's the worst in my opinion. No, I worked on a custom crew, and that's where I learned the hard way how nasty Milo is. I mean, we went from servicing combines in the morning, usually because it was cooler in the mornings, and you just grease and fuel and whatever, and then go when it's wheat, and wheat's typically not ready anyway, early. Milo, we flip flopped on that, and we started. We would do all of our servicing at night because once you got covered in that dust, I mean, you would itch all day if you didn't go take a shower right after. Oh, my tractors that were hauling for 15 minutes finally got to their destination, by the way. I don't know why I just thought of this, but since you're a rice guy, um, close enough. How I'm used to like Louisiana where they get the small cuts. I mean, what's like the biggest? Do you call them cuts or what do you call them? Lands or patties or? Okay. I was just curious how big you could go before it becomes unrealistic. I mean, I was thinking like 5 acres is probably on the high side, or maybe I can go bigger, but I know none of this is realistic for Nebraska anyway, but because I have been, you can kind of do it like a fence and bake your rice fields into the map. So I've got like 3 different fields, low lying right next to the water, and the terrain's like flat anyway, so it'd be about perfect if this were Missouri or something. But I didn't know how much to slice those fields up or not. I think I chat GPT'd it a while back and they told me like 5 or 6 acres, but I don't know. Hectare is what, 2.45? Yeah, I know it's different there than, you know, like Louisiana, they'll run more smaller heads, it seems, in California especially. But I knew Arkansas and like Missouri, that's where it opened up, and they ran some bigger headers and things like that. Yeah, the boot heel. I haven't been around the rice in Missouri much, just what I've seen on the internets and stuff. Should just go on Google Earth and literally just go find some fields and kind of measure them out and get an idea. But I don't know. I'm playing right now. My computer's already working hard. 15 FPS. I was getting probably in the 50s before I started streaming. I didn't think the streaming would bog it down that bad. Oh, it's good. Well, if you look close in the top left of my screen, I think it's... Oh no, it doesn't say it on the stream. That's just on my screen. Cool. What about there? Now you can see. In 30 seconds, you'll see my FPS. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have as good of a PC in 22, and I kind of lived in that 20 to 30 range. I didn't think it was that bad, maybe just because it's all I knew, but I didn't think it was that bad. But now I've upgraded my PC and stuff. I'm not streaming, I'm usually in the 50s. Yeah. Oh, so you got a nice monitor then too. Oh. See, I am... I should turn some of this stuff down. Light quality. Upscaling off. No. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that if I can. Like, sure, maybe it helps a little bit, but if you can run good high graphics settings, 25 looks pretty good. Well, hang on, because I don't know if people can hear. I don't know if people on the stream can hear it or not. Somebody who's watching on YouTube, can you hear everybody I'm talking to, or is it just my voice coming through? Oh crap, I gotta give 30 seconds for them to hear that and respond, but they might be able to hear you, so I'd be careful. Oh. Oh, okay. Shaders? Yeah. Now, I'll try to be careful with how I say it because I don't want to call anyone out on the stream, but does that individual, he doesn't go by his name anymore, right? There's a popular page that he's kind of managing and running. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Okay. I thought so. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, that helps. Okay, so I'm saying this for the YouTubers more so than you gentlemen, but this is the feedlot. This is the small feedlot. So this is what, 5,000 I think I set this up for. Everything's placeable. 5,000 head, yeah. If you're good with auto drive, and this was kind of me testing it out because I've got a much bigger feedlot than this in the works. But this is, you know, fun to have on a smaller scale, but also help me prove out the concept too that you can do a lot of this single player. And like you see right now, I've got two different tractors. Granted, they're hay wagons running around, not real feed wagons, but I've got two tractors on auto drive that just constantly run around and feed cows. I've got a loader that when they're empty, they automatically drive over to the bunk, and this loader will fill them back up with silage. Um, I don't have TMR, but I mean, with a production point, you could have a tractor load a production point and output TMR just as easy too, for like a dairy or something. But doing it this way, one guy could absolutely do this feedlot because I'm doing it right now, or my bigger one's going to be 25,000 head. and I'm not even that big of an animal guy, but it was. Okay. So this one, I don't know how much, like, this is based off of the real farm feedlot that's in this location in real life. I don't know how much it actually holds. I'm just guessing with 5,000 based on the pen sizes and things like that. But the big one, I'll fly over to it quick or do this. But the big one, I actually like looked it up, and because there was a big news article about them expanding and growing their feedlot to 25,000 by adding on another basically quarter section of ground and putting cows on it. So this is basically replicating the real life feedlot that's in this spot in real life. Yeah, so it's gonna take an army. I forget who I was talking to, but they were saying like, "Oh, have you seen that realistic livestock mod by Arrow?" I said, "Absolutely, but I'm not touching that." Oh, it's not. Well, either way, like if you try doing something like that where you're managing genetics and individual animal health and all that stuff, you'd need like at least two people just checking on cows like all the time in this game. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. And the animal buy point is, where did I put it? South of town. So it's probably a good 20-minute haul one way by semi to bring cows in and out. So either pay the trucking or set it up on auto drive and be patient. Yeah. But yeah, it's none of the big feedlot is functional right now outside the bunker silos. But once I guess one of the pens is actually. I started building one of the pens, but it's very possible, and I proved it on the smaller feedlot. Yeah, so Outlaw, I don't know where you're talking about building the bunker, but you look down here, it's kind of a hill going up to the pens, and then the pens. Oh, it's bad when I'm in flight mode. And the pens kind of stair step down too, so there's not tons of flat ground. This is on a little bit of a hill too. It's one thing I love about terrains like this is it's interesting. Nothing's just pancake flat. He's almost done. He's not going. Goodness gracious. Do you guys notice that traffic will pass you in 25 now too? I love that. Yeah. You could, like, if you were good with a loader, you could pick up a car and throw it in the river. Throw cars in the river simulator. Yeah. It's how the splines are set up, because you can't at any intersection. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes sense in my head. Like the way you have to split up splines and stuff for an intersection, for everything to tee off and things like that. Well, cars don't. They only look at the spline that they're on. So then once they're jumping to the next spline, they don't look at that next spline until they've like started it. And at an intersection, you've got all these vehicles coming in hot, and then they only jump to the intersection splines, last second. It causes some mayhem. So I've got just regular four-way intersections, and I deal with that from time to time on this map. I see cars just jammed up. It must be the stream or something, because this. I was playing a little bit earlier, and auto drive was just killing it, unloading the chopper and driving around, and I walked away for an hour putting the kids to bed. Not doing it now. Gotta do it like the pilgrims do it. Well, I'm not on a server or anything though. This is just a single player game. I wonder why. No, I've never heard that. Sometimes if the field is complex or something like that, auto drive can struggle a little bit, or course play for that matter. But I know I've manually like simplified all the field points on this field. Oh, really? No, I've never had that issue. Yeah. Are you saying my precision farming dilemma is operator error? Rubbin's racing. That's why most choppers in real life have those rubber bumpers on the back. Well, it's actually so like in corn, if you're breaking a hole through the middle of the field, instead of playing cat and mouse, well, it can protect your back bumper if a semi is falling right behind you, but sometimes, you know, that you'll just actually put a semi and touch the back of the chopper and almost push a little bit, or kind of just touch them on purpose. Everybody gets going the same speed, and there's no hard collision. Yeah, rubber bumper on the chopper and something on the front of the semi, you can do that. Or some will just put rubber bumpers on the chopper to protect it for that case. But yeah, it's all for blowing holes through the middle of the field. Yeah. I like chopping just because they're fun machines to drive. I mean, I'm a combine guy at heart, but choppers are a close second these days. Playing in the dirt, huh? There you go. Not so boring, you say. Yeah, I don't know. One of those things, once you get used to it, God, even auto steer, like on combines. I mean, I worked for Kloss, and Kloss combines, you can throw auto steer in it, of course, but it's not just there. You have to install it, or customer has to install it. And there's a handful of customers that just wouldn't have it, or Wheat Acres or whatever, just hand drive it. That was fine. And now I work for a John Deere dealership, and I'm used to demoing deer combines, and yeah, it's like taboo if you don't have something like that on there. Now I'm just so used to it. All the pre-programmed and the automation, all that stuff, like it's I I'd probably get a little bit, I don't even know what word I'd use, but I wouldn't enjoy it without auto steer anymore now, after I've gotten so used to it. Alrighty. Well, good talking to you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna switch streams too, so Legacy, if you're still there, good talking to you as well. Okay. Later. Whoa. Man, I gotta mute him. Bryce, can you hear me? How do I mute or turn down or something? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Whew. Well, now I can hear y'all. Hello. Oh, did I mute it for everybody? Oh, how do I just mute it for me? I didn't mean to do that. Oh. There, did I fix it? Yeah, you guys shouldn't give me that much power. I'll do things like that. Okay, good. Revoked. Oh, just streaming. Playing with 15 FPS and can't get auto drive to work because of this stream, so not having quite as much fun as I hoped, but it's better than nothing. I should try and figure out how to get your guys' voice on the stream too, but I don't know how I did that before. Yeah. Figure it out how to get you guys. Yeah. Where's... Yeah, I was actually trying to figure it out how to get you guys hearable, but I'm glad I didn't. Where's Attican at? Is Attican in here? Oh. Oh, Attican. He commented in my stream, so I mean he's not dead or anything. He just doesn't like us. Well, he's not sleeping if he's commenting. Almost out of the red. Well, so I took out, I've got like $1.8 million worth of loans trying to get this save game started. And so every month it hits me with like a $40,000 or $50,000 payment. And I got a little bit excited on some equipment sales and bought more than I should, and it advanced a month and it put me like 50,000 in the hole. So I'm trying to dig my way out with this mint crop that I mowed and I'm chopping to make it to the next month. All the while I'm hoping my cows grow enough that I can sell some of them to pay off the debt. Do that much what? Debt or cows? Oh. What are you doing? Oh my god, I wish these trailers would stop showing up. I'm tired of driving truck. I can't be expected to do my own work. This is what auto drive is supposed to be for. And I don't know why this stream would affect it, but supposedly... Oh, are you kidding me? Out of gas completely? Yeah, just did it. I tried to play realistic. Okay, get you going back. You can start. I'm getting a little tired of driving truck myself. I want to test this auto drive stuff out. So I'm going to jump off the stream for now. Thanks for watching. I'll try to do a little bit more of this if you guys enjoy this, but you know, can never promise things. Hey, SFI just jumped in. Hello. But yeah, I guess do the whole